Guy, you said this.
I'm not saying
What do you say? What do you say?
We thought this was
Say it. Tell him again, Mr. Jacobs.
What's that?
No, she said about the insurance guy.
supposed
So you are.
Oh, I'm an insurance guy. I'm here to sell something.
That's right.
water.
Yeah, right? With the tag going off it? Now, who you playing today?
Or something, Washington.
You're playing Port Washington. Okay, now, I came here to give you guys a motivational speech. And I'm giving you a motivational speech, and I brought some stuff just to see that you know, I'm taking 2 minutes to say I have credibility. This is one of the awards. I dug up one of my favorite awards. I was the first athlete at the middle school to star in 4 sports, Brentwood Middle School. That was when I was in junior high school. Recently, I got inducted into the Brentwood High School Hall of Fame, okay? This was recently for community activism, not the sports. Recently, this was the other night at the Brentwood Library Board. They elected, for Black History Month, the community leaders, black community leaders of the town of Islip. That's me, right there, okay? These are people, okay, we got school superintendents, Harvard graduates, okay? We have ministers. The thing is, we the people that say, stand up. You can be more. Everything is about attitude. When you get on this court today, and this is the Alzheimer's Classic, which I'm one of the sponsors for this year, okay? My idea is, my last high school basketball game, and this could be your last game. This could be your last game. You understand that? I dream about my last game because you know what? I played scared. There was a lot of people there. Nobody was there. I didn't have parents like you have parents. My mother never came to none of my high school basketball games. And my father, I didn't see him. He just buried him. I didn't see him in 42 years. He died in January. And I went to his services. You have great parents who are behind you. You have people who are behind you. Now, you're more, I saw the last game, you're more athletic than 95% of these girls. Maybe 100. You always leave 5%. You're more athletic. You're faster than these girls. You're stronger than these girls. Okay? There's a big significance. I told your father and mother, and this is my attitude when I go into a courtroom, wherever I go, you know, kaboom, guess who just stepped in the room? Me. Now the party starts. That's my attitude when I step in places, because what happens is, just because these girls are on the court with you today, just because they're on the basketball court with you, that don't mean they can play with you. Everything is about attitude when you get out there today. Just because they're on the court with you, if they say, Asiah, you guard her. Itee, you guard her. Just because the girl, you guarding the girl, you might be the same size, you might be look the same, but guess what? You put work in. You know how much work you put in since you was a little girl, from Kathy Oldberg's gym to your father training you to people training. You know how much work you put in. You know how much along the way you got slighted or you felt you got slighted. But now is the time. This game right here, you don't have to think. Like in my high school games, I got to think, you know what? People were depending on me. In my last high school game, my teammates were depending on me, other people, and I didn't show up. Because there was nobody, I didn't have parents like you, I didn't have a person like me to talk about it. I didn't have people, I didn't have all the training. I was only as good as I thought I was. Somebody should have told me, you better than that person, or you can do that, or don't back down. So when you're in this game, it's not only your last high school game, but just like I went to the Brentwood game 2 weeks ago, it was in Manhattan at
Chrysler King,
City
right.
College. I saw him play Mount Vernon.
Right, the second day.
Yeah, the second game. It's an honor for Ramel to play with Jamel. That's his older brother. It's an honor for him to play with his older brother. It's an honor for you to play with Itee. She's your older sister. For the rest of your life, the older you get, you're always going to have your high school day. Remember, me and my sister played on the same team. For you, you got to carry your sister in this game. For you, what grade you in?
10.
You got to play like a 12th grader. You have to play like a 12th grader today. Because why? Because guess what? Number one, you won't have the support of your number one supporter right here next year. That's number one. You're going to be out there by yourself. And number two, guess what? You might say I might be the star when I get in 12th grade or 11th grade. But guess what? There might be some freshman or 8th grader that comes along. Now they the star. Now they push you aside. You say, wait, I wait my turn. You don't wait your turn. Now is the time. Today is the day. And it's not too much pressure. I'm proud of both of you. Listen. You're always going to be the little movie star Asiah to me, no matter what happens today. And I always told you, you're always going to be Itee to me. I'm going to follow you in college. I'm going to follow you and help you however I can. But today is the day. You don't look at it like when I get appointed community leader and they give me all these appointments and stuff. I don't look at it as pressure, as pressure. I look at it as an honor. You know what? When I'm coming through, the hood got love for me. When I'm coming through, oh, there goes Alonzo. He's in court. There goes Mr. Jacobs or guys around the way. Alonzo, could you? Yo, he grew up with us. That's our man. I look at it, oh, I got this, because you put the time. And so, when you get on that court today, like I said, just because the girl out hustle everybody. I know you faster than everybody today. Both of you are. I know you stronger. They got something in basketball. It's called 50-50 balls. And in the Duke University, one of the players were talking about it. A 50-50 ball is a loose ball that anybody can get to. You go after those 50-50 balls. You should be coming up. If somebody, they should be able to, listen, you can have a bad day on offense, but you never have a bad day on defense. That's about hustle. That's about going after the loose balls, diving after them, getting them, because once this ends, you'll be going to the sideline. You'll be sitting there walking on the sideline while somebody else is on the court for the next round. And guess what? You should have been in the next round. You see that? And that means your season is over, your high school season is over. You may say, oh, it's a long season, I don't like it. But after this, there's no more high school season for you. There's a college season. There's no more you playing with your sister. When those 50-50 balls come, you sprint. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are
Good
you?
to see you. Is that
You
Diamond?
too. Mhm.
Good to see you. You got big
You
too.
too.
Have a seat. When those 50-50 balls come, or this time, you outrun them. Like they got you on the team. They got you. You're a guard. You have a handle. You have a handle. When she gets the ball, you fill that lane. Don't run like a big. When I was in high school, at Brentwood High School, I was the MVP. I played Division II, but I never developed a handle. And if you don't develop a handle at our height, you're done. At my height, you're done, because in college, I'm a guard. So when she gets the ball, or you get the ball, you get the rebound, you look up, there they say, if nobody's going, if somebody throw the ball up to you, throw it. If you can't, you take off with it yourself. You take off with the ball and you take off with it yourself. And if she gets the ball, you fill that lane. Don't run like a big. Don't run like, you know, I'm a big and this is how big. No, I'm a guard. Guards have quick feet. You see what I'm saying? It's not like little mouse. Guards have quick feet. They don't have like, let me get there, because guess what? If you run down the court and you fill that lane, now you become a big at the other end, because guess what? Their big is going to be running like a big. Even if they're not a big, they're going to run like a big. And I scored a lot of points in a lot of leagues and the thing, because once I got down there, now I'm bigger than the rest of the guards. Now I can dog them in the post. I can rebound. I can out-rebound. I can do a lot of things to them, because their big is still coming. I'll deal with them when they get here, but it might be too late. When you get that ball, you hustle. You fill those lanes. Forget about, you play as a team, but you two gotta control the mentality and the attitude. Everything starts with attitude. You control the mentality and the attitude with how the game is going to go. You don't let them control it. You can control it. Remember years ago when North Babylon, they had 4 Division I players on their team, and they got taken out by Sachem because they wasn't playing together. They weren't hustling. They were out coached, and they got taken out. They had 4 Division I players, and they got taken out by Sachem. And they shouldn't have gotten taken out by Sachem, but they got frustrated. If you get tired, hustle. When you get in that game, first of all, the layup line, get there early, get your mind together, and when you get in that game, you need to be warmed up like you in the second quarter, the third quarter. You don't need, the first quarter is nowhere to warm up at. You take that layup line serious, you know what you're going to do in the game. The first quarter is not a place to warm up at. If you in second quarter and third quarter mode, now you're all loose and stuff. But if you go in there in the first quarter, you're warming up, guess what? There's going to be somebody in there. Just like I told Michelle, when you get to college, when you go next year, first semester is nowhere in college. First semester is nowhere to say, let me see how this is. Let me experiment. Because guess what? There's some kid from another country who's hungry. They're going to come in there in third quarter mode already. So if you want to be valedictorian, you want to be the best, you want the best jobs to hire you, guess what? If you don't hit that ground running and get good grades from that first quarter, let's say you got a 2.5. Let's say you got a 3.0. But if somebody got a 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, guess what? You may never catch them. You might have a 4.0 for the rest of the semesters, but guess what? They getting 4.0s now. But you say, man, I'm better than this person. But guess what happened? I took time to warm up. They came in here and warmed up in school. When you get in this layup line, you take it serious. And when you get on that break, when it's a one-on-one, if you get out ahead of somebody, I see a lot of players doing. I stopped a lot of plays in my days, okay? Banging into them and stuff. You can look in their eyes. When you get on that break and it's a one-on-one, you and somebody else, take it all the way to the basket. At one point, when you're coming at them, don't stop at the foul line. Don't stop at the foul line and take the jump shot. You may have to stop inside the foul line, but you don't stop at the foul line. Take it to their behind. Take it to them. See what they got. Once you get to them, you make a decision at one point, and that's going to be your athletic instinct is going to kick in. Make a decision. Am I going to go left on them? Am I going to go right on them? Because guess what's going to happen? They're going to foul you. Take it up strong. When you go up, square up to the basket, take it up strong, you dig your shoulder into them, they're going to foul you. Then you're going to get to the foul line. When you get to the foul line, you see the ball, mechanics, you see the ball go in, but don't come one-on-one and stop and, no, take it to left, you make a decision. I'm going to take it left or right if I have it. If you don't have anything, if it's a 2-on-1, then you pull it out. But if it's a 1-on-1, you're more athletic, you're stronger, you practice for all these years, you have instincts, you know how to play. That's something I learned. When I take it to somebody, and after a while, guess what? They're either going to foul you, or they're going to say, you know what, I can't handle it. Just like when you get it to the post, or you get it in the beginning. Test your person. I like to bang into people. Enough fouls. You don't want to get no early fouls. Okay, we're going to finish. I'm going to finish soon. You don't want no early fouls. I had early fouls in a couple of games, 3 fouls early. You know what it was? I never told anybody. Everybody says I'm a tough guy. You know what it was? I was scared. I didn't really want to play. So I fouled real quick so I can get to the bench. That was earlier. I don't foul no more in life. You play hard. You stay in front of your man. You talk to each other. You talk to your other teammates. You don't argue. If your argument, you're going to have a breakdown. You talk, hey, you get that person next time. Hey, watch that. You direct. You the guard. You direct the game. But you don't go in there and get early fouls. You stay in front of your man. I seen you at the friggin', what was that, at the annex build, what is it, in Bayshore? I didn't know you had all that speed in you. You just took off. You was younger. I said, hey, he just runs like that? You got speed. So the thing is, get in front of your people and move your feet. But don't go, if there's a loose ball, you can do it, but don't foul early. But I have to say this. You want to have 3 or 4 fouls in a game. But not in the beginning. You want to feel them out, stay in front of them. But at the end, because you want to put it all on the line. You're not trying to save the fouls for the next game. You have 3 or 4 fouls. That means you banging. And when you banging, I average 14 rebounds a game in high school. 16 points. You know why? Because you get right in the mix, you box out, and you keep going up. Go up like you're crazy, and I can guarantee you, okay, you go up, you snatch the ball, you don't tap it, you snatch it, position yourself and put it back up again. I can guarantee you at least 2 of the girls on the other team, and I've seen this before, they ain't even going to rebound against you. They're going to say, I can't do nothing with that. Go up for every loose ball, every rebound. You go there, you grab it, you put it back up. If you get tired, come out the game. But you're young, you shouldn't be tired, right? You should be able to play 2 games back to back. You go up after every rebound, box out, just because, always remember, just because you're on the court with me, that don't mean you can play with me, you can't rebound with me. Take the ball, and guess what? They start fouling you. Then you'll get into the foul line, and after a while, guess what's going to happen? The bigs are going to foul out from trying to block your shot because they're going to be a little discombobulated. They're going to try to block your shot. They're going to foul out, and guess what? Then the 4th quarter is the time when you put on the show because they have no more bigs. They have nothing else left, and guess what? You're the big down there now. And that's when you can really take advantage of things. But you go after every single rebound, you box out, you get in there. Forget about, you play as a team, but there may be another girl that, you say, wait a minute, you got to help get back. You got to talk to them, help get back. But at the same time, one of the worst things you could do, especially, I know you the guard, you the back sometimes, one of the worst things you can do is score a basket and not get back and let the other team throw the ball long and they get an easy layup. I mean, you just worked hard for this basket. You ever have that situation? And next thing you know, they get an easy layup? When you take that ball and you shoot that ball or whatever happens, you bang it in there, make sure you get back on defense. Because sometimes it's just you standing there. If you look like you want to play defense, if you just look like you want to play it, you may not want to, but guess what? There's going to be people coming down saying, I don't think I want to go at that person. They're going to pull it out. Now you stop the easy layup. You stop the easy jump shot. And finally, and your offense is on. You can destroy people out there. But it's up here. You see what I'm saying? You can destroy people. So I'm just telling that because I always watch your games. I see you on the news. Itee throwing to Asiah and the Channel 12, and I said I'm going to get to some of your games. And I want you to go on with this game knowing that this team, if you play your best, this team, any team can beat any team on any given day, but if you play your best, you can win this and you can go on. And then you'll have stories to tell each other when this is over. And that's all I have to say. I just wanted, when I was whispering in different people's ears, when I see Jamel and Brentwood, I whisper something in his ear. Your homeboy. When I see Tavon Ginion, me and Tavon had a long talk. He's looking at me because you know something? I've been elected, put in positions, I go to war in court, trials and everything. I turn out courtrooms when it's not fair. Yo, no, I'm here now. I'm going to play by the rules, but I'm not going to be just another player in the game. I'm just going to be another pawn in the game. I'm somebody special, and you guys are somebody special. So I just told Lewis, and I thank Lewis for letting me come over and have a conversation with you guys. You know, I speak to different players, like I don't want to name their fathers and stuff, but you'd be surprised who I talk to. Because the bottom line is, because you know what? When you have substance and you have something to say and people think you're not bullcrapping them, let's say, you know what? Like I would let Lewis talk to Michelle. Because, or your mother talked to Michelle. Or your father, I met your father. He used to come to the games, right? Yeah. So the idea is, no matter where you are, when you're in that classroom, you got to act like number one. Never act like number two. Because when you act like number two, never say somebody's better than you. Michael Jordan, no player ever said, who played basketball, ever said, Michael Jordan is better than me. Any player that's on the court, you know why? Because the minute you say that somebody's a star, or you playing against a star, or somebody's better than you, guess what? You start taking a bench warmer mentality. You start saying, you know what? I'm second best. Second best is not good enough. Second best, you start acting like second best. When people ask how good is Michael Jordan, other players, you know what they say? Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. No, they'll never say he's the best. They never say Stephon Curry's the best. If they know his teammates, they're not going to say it. But once you say somebody's the best, that means you're the second best. And you start acting like second best. All right? So I'll be at your game today, and know that just like there's going to be people rooting against you out there today, there's going to be a lot of people like us who love you, and we're going to be rooting for you. Okay? Just so always know that. We'll be rooting for you out there. So you got the support, and I just wish you luck. Okay? All right.
All right, Mr. Lombardi.
Catch you at the game.
Mr. Lombardi. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck, Asiah. What time you going out?